Do you like being rewarded for your good timing and reflexes? But only sometimes. The original Stacker arcade game debuted back in 2004 by Leisure and Allied Industries Games. I say original because we're probably all thinking about different versions of this game. There's quite a few variants. You've got the original, Club, Mini, Giant, and many other versions. But the premise is usually the same. For this segment of the video, we're going to be looking at Stacker Club. The whole point of the game is that you get these blocks bouncing off the walls, and you need to stack them up to reach the prize levels. You lose blocks when you miss the lineup on your stack. But the game also just reduces your block amount as you progress, even if you play perfectly, so it doesn't matter if you miss a few. As long as you've got one left, you're still in the game. The first block placement is preference on how you want to play. For minor levels, I personally like lining it up with the wall, as the game has audio cues when your block bounces on the walls. I like to use this as a metronome and treat this like a rhythm game. When you reach the minor prize level, the game gives you the option to pay out with a minor prize, or to press on for the major. You only get to pick one prize, so you gotta do some menuing with the buttons and the LEDs. But yeah, there's more to it than just don't be bad and play well. Like most prize games, it's rigged. Because of the wide variance of stacker versions, and the difference of configurations that machine owners can set these games to, your mileage may vary with how relevant this payout information is. Anyways, the manual for Stacker Blue has a recommendation on how to price the payouts. For minor prizes, they recommend 1 to 2 plays per win. This feels pretty accurate when playing for small trinkets. But in reality, minor prizes can be set to 1 to 4 plays. Looking at the major prizes, they recommend it should take 400 plays before allowing a major win. This is just an example they recommend. They can pick from a selection of desired amount of plays before allowing a major jackpot. I will say, the moment you cross from minor to major gameplay, you have now entered the casino. There is some skill involved, but you're now at the mercy of seeing if you caught the payout window. Obviously, use your own judgment on how many plays are needed to win a prize. You can make some guesses based on the value of what's in there. The minor prizes feel pretty consistent to win, but I can't say the same with how wide the hypothetical requirement is to win a major prize. This is most likely why the game forces you down to one block. It is easier to cheat you on the major levels when it's just one block that flashes. There is one other version of Stacker that is different enough to take a look at. So here's Mega Stacker. If you've seen my Keymaster video, you might remember this statement. As a side note, an arcade can turn any prize game into a redemption game.
Oh no!
If they do something like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with this example here. I'm going to be showing the redemption version of Mega Stacker. Obviously, this can still be a prize game. I really like this image from the operator's manual. Look at all these expensive electronics. You've got your PS3, PSP, iPod, iPhone, and then Winnie the Pooh. Okay, some plushies can be expensive, but come on. Could you imagine watching some kid play this game, win it, and then seeing them choose that? Anyways, this game follows the same principle, but with tickets now. So you can cash out at a minor jackpot or keep going for the major one. Payout rates on how many majors can be given vary, and so do the ticket amounts. Obviously this depends on your arcade, but with the tickets versions, I'm finding the major ones actually feel doable. Sometimes. So you may be wondering, this all kinda sounds like Keymaster. That game got lambasted with lawsuits left and right, so why not give some of those to Stacker? Someone did try to sue the company behind Stacker. The intent feels pretty similar to several of the Keymaster lawsuits. It opens with a statement that they develop, manufacture, and sell a gambling device that masquerades as an arcade game. But by the looks of it, the case didn't really go anywhere. If you want to read the entire story, check it out on Case Text. Link is in the description. And we're back to the tier list. This episode is a bit of a double feature, so let's talk about the ticket version of Mega Stacker first. This one feels like a decent B tier to me. The minor prize is consistent to get, and you can sometimes go for the major one, as the rotational payouts for this one are usually more forgiving than on a prize machine. Obviously, an arcade would be more okay with giving you one jackpot than to let you leave with an iPad. This game could be a bit higher on the list, but I can't ignore the multi-level jackpot system. When games like this have different levels of jackpots, it becomes an excuse to price the game a little higher to play. Because look, it has the mega jackpot, look how high that is! But in reality, it's the minor one that is the reliable option. This isn't really the game's fault, but it's worth considering in the big picture. The focus of these videos are on the games themselves, and not location-specific settings. But at the end of the day, I get my ticket farming stacking fix from Crazy Tower. Anyways, let's look at the prize version of Stacker. Okay, personally, I hate prize games. I find games with reliable outcomes are much more up my alley. But let's remove all redemption games and just look at the prize ones here. The bar is set incredibly low with Keymaster down there. Notably, prize games tend to be cheating garbage, but Stacker seems to be more fondly remembered. I've come across several fan projects that pay homage to this game, and I can't say I've felt that same sentiment with other prize games. I think it should be top of C. Any prize game leaving D is a victory in and of itself. The minor prize is consistent to get, but it's never going to be something you'd actively want to win. It's almost always just knickknacks.